AWE CEO and co-founder, Ori Inbar.
Welcome everyone to AWE Europe 2023. Today we are uniting the entire XR industry from all across Europe, a total of 58 countries at the heart of Europe, right here, to celebrate and accelerate our industry. And this is very exciting for me. You know, for many years I was dreaming of bringing AWE here to Vienna. Not just because it's such a beautiful city and has the most vibrant XR community. XR Vienna, where are you guys? We are there for you. And it's not just the vibrant community, but it's also because this is where it all started. This is the birthplace of mobile AR. And where I made my first baby steps in this industry. In 2008, on a hill not far from here in Salzburg, Philip Bruce introduced the first ever AR browser, Wikitude. He pointed his phone to a castle 3 miles away and it pulled information from Wikipedia. It was like magic, or as he would say, der Zauber, right? That's how you say it. And then a few months later, a small team right here in Vienna called Magitech started developing the first AR SDK, the first AR platform for the iPhone. I had a chance to work with them to develop the first ever AR campaign on the iPhone. And it had, let's see. Video is not working? Anyway, you could actually move the card and the iPhone would move inside the other iPhone. It was like magic. Der Zauber. And then we also started developing the first AR game on the iPhone to help kids learn how to spell with real cards. And as you move the phone, the little cute panda would move with the card. It was like magic. And a few months later, a major corporation acquired that platform. And that platform went on to become one of the leading platforms for AR. It was called Vuforia, of course. And the corporation that acquired it launched this product at the first AWE in 2010. And ever since, they've been a fantastic sponsor of AWE. So thank you, Qualcomm. And one of the key players behind that platform is speaking on this stage here today. His name is Daniel Wagner, a key AR mobile pioneer. Give it up for Daniel. Can't wait to hear your talk. So, you know, this is where it all started. But how far has the XR industry come since then? And what's the state of the union of the industry in 2023? Let's dig in. So, you know, a few months later at AWE USA, the event opened with my hologram in a big box, reading a script written entirely by ChatGPT. It was kind of a cool way to show the impact that AI had on the world over the past year. Then, of course, my real self came on stage to have a fun conversation with my AI twin, and also, you know, to make fun of myself, of my twin. And by the way, do you know how to tell the difference between my hologram and my real self? I'm always wearing the AWE jacket, so just so you know. All right, the rise of AI has caused some people in the media to question the viability of the XR industry. In the past year, we've heard a lot that the metaverse is dead, that no one wants VR, that AR glasses will never happen, and big tech is shifting its attention away from XR to the new shiny object, AI. Well, we, the people in the industry, know that's not exactly true, right? In recent months, the mood in the press is starting to change. Just last week, TechCrunch wrote this, that 2023 will most certainly be a pivotal year for AR and VR. So what's driving this shift? Here are some of the facts. In 2023, the XR industry is a $38 billion industry. That's no small change. And it's been steadily growing over the past 10 years. This chart is not a prediction of the next 10 years. This is the past 10 years, since 2014. And it shows an average growth of 30% year over year, which makes it the fastest growing sector in tech, well, except for AI. And over 1 billion users are now using AR and VR. Hundreds of millions are using it every day for fun and games, for shopping, productivity, training, design, work. And now there's over 606 million monthly active users in the metaverse. That's 10% growth from just the past quarter. And it's across 170 virtual worlds. This was just reported this week, or last week, by one of the most trusted analysts in virtual worlds since 2006. So the metaverse is not so dead after all. And Europe, know this, the European market, XR market, is as big as the American market. Whoever thought Europe is behind is missing out. And by the way, it's driven by both consumer and enterprise segments. We see a lot of adoption in industrial AR. And just check out this incredible list of enterprises here at AWE Europe, sharing their experiences and learning from their peers. When it comes to enterprises, it's hard to find one that isn't looking into XR. And we see some of the most recognized brands in the world that rely on XR. So yeah, XR is everywhere. But why are some people still so skeptical? It started here, so many years ago. So why is it taking so long, so many AWEs for XR to fully conquer the mainstream? Well, some people say XR is hard. Heck, I say that all the time. It was in my first pitch to investors back in 2009. And it's been hard for 50 years. But look at how far we've come. Some people say XR hardware is hard. It's based on optics, so it cannot grow as fast as Moore's law. We get it. We have a long road ahead. But innovation in XR hardware is moving at breaking speed. Here are some of the new headsets that were released just in the past year. A wide range of good options. Better, smaller, and of course we all heard about the Apple Vision Pro, probably the biggest XR news of the year. It's not out yet, but it's already injecting so much positive energy into the industry. Not to be outdone, the Google-Samsung trio is cooking a comeback of their powerful Android partnership with new XR headsets. That should be big too. And the market leader is pushing forward. Meta launched a better, faster Meta Quest 3. Did anyone get it yet? All right, I see some hands. And its number one improvement is better video pass-through, which makes this year the year of AR on VR hardware, right? And by the way, this is just in time for the holiday. After all, no one wants to chat GPT under their Christmas tree, but many will want this. And IDC predicts that although VR headset sales will be a bit lower this year. Next year, we're expecting 46% growth. So it has a lot to smile about. And you know, when I look at the smile, in combination with the 3 sensors on the headset, it just reminded me of something, and I couldn't put my finger on it until I saw this graffiti. Oh, I see some Keith Haring fans here. But you know, some say XR user experience is hard. Well, I do not agree. There are so many great user experiences in XR. Just check out these 2 fantastic examples. It's so intuitive, so natural. You can't stop playing with it. Everything should look and feel like that. And you know, people say that XR will never really work for tete-a-tete communications, you know, face-to-face for those Americans here in the audience. Because, you know, your face is literally blocked by the headset. But this was also debunked just a couple of weeks ago with a very impressive demo at Meta Connect, showing a face-to-face communication from within the headset. The faces are reconstructed, and the face gestures are tracked in real time with the sensors. And it doesn't look too creepy, right? You know, maybe just a tiny bit. You know, they say changing culture with XR is hard. Putting things over our head can be weird. Well, that is true. Google Glass was great technology, but from a cultural perspective, it was a really tough sell. And yet, the industry has been learning and improving. So 10 years later, the new Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses were released, you know, last week, with a light that flashes whenever you're recording. Even if you try to block it, it will stop recording. So it's definitely learning. And Luxottica, which makes Ray-Ban, is here with us this week. Are you here, Luxottica? Not yet? All right, we'll see you in the next few days, but we want to thank you for bringing style into XR. And by the way, what's the #1 use case for these glasses? Anyone? Of course, learning how to make braids. If you haven't seen that, look it up. So, you know, some people say that XR use cases are hard to find. Well, that is complete nonsense. When the grandfather of VR, Tom Furness, who developed VR in the 60s and 70s, first exposed his work in 1986 on major TV stations, everybody started calling. A surgeon was asking for overlay of CT scans on his patients. A firefighter was looking for a way to navigate buildings filled with smoke. A mother was looking for treatment for a kid with paralysis. Factories, teachers, engineers, they knew exactly what the use cases are. And 40 years later, across AW events in the US, Europe, and Asia, we've seen thousands of XR use cases on display. The XR community, you guys, got really good at making strong ROI cases in practically every vertical. Here at AWE EU this week, we had 125 exhibitors showing some mind-blowing use cases, and you'll see them in the next 2 days. They say XR funding is hard, and investments have dried up. Well, we all know the overall economy has slowed down. Investors across the board are more cautious. But the fundamentals remain. Good XR startups that show value do get funded. See how many startups are here at AWE Europe this week. Where are you guys, startups? Make some noise! And investments in XR startups are only accelerating. And you know, to close the loop where we started, many people think that it's hard for XR to compete with AI. Well, AI is actually a good thing for XR. We've seen tons of proof of that recently. AI accelerates XR. And here are two examples where generative AI helps to instantly create content in both VR just by sketching and AR just by saying what kind of outfit you want to have. Really cool demos. And in fact, if you think about it, XR is the interface for AI. XR gives face to AI. Just like in my opening, my hologram was the interface for AI. So AI and XR are very closely tied to each other and are great for each other. So skeptics, XR may seem hard, but it's everywhere. And according to the banks, the economic opportunity is in the trillions. Of course, we all know we have some way to go, and it will require a lot of passion, perseverance, and patience, which is exactly what defines the AWE community. And the people in this room, we are a passionate community of creators, developers, engineers, entrepreneurs. XR is our calling, and will overcome any obstacles in our way to make it happen. So this week, we are united at the heart of Europe to celebrate the achievements of the XR industry. So join me at the event wrap-up tomorrow afternoon, where we'll recognize the best of AWE Europe 2023. And I want to remind you that all AWE events are carbon neutral, and in this case, Ecolabel certified in Austria. So Pixel Agency created this really cool Instagram AR filter. Go ahead, scan the code, and you can find awe in a sustainable way anywhere you go. This is really super cool, you should try it. And here are some more fun XR activities by Avaturn. If you go to this URL, you can create your own AWE avatar and then scan your friends' badges to collect their avatars so that you can all get this cool avatar group photo. And there will be winners. That looks like Lex Luthor, doesn't it? Fun fact, Avaturn added a special hairstyle in their system just for me. How about that? True story. I want to thank the volunteers that run on-night meetups in now over 37 cities around the world. On-nights are truly everywhere. Give it up for the volunteers. And I want to welcome and thank the enterprises that are here participating in the special program that we have this week for enterprise stakeholders, where these experts will help them identify strategies for XR adoption, a very curated program, and we hope to keep growing this program in future events. If you're an enterprise that is not yet in this program, please reach out to us. Huge thanks to our 200 speakers. If you see yourself, please stand up quickly. They were carefully curated in 11 tracks to fill the agenda with so much XR goodness. Give it up. Come on. I also want to thank our partners that help support the event and spread the word, especially XR Vienna. Give it up for XR Vienna. And above all, thanks to our fantastic sponsors, our titanium sponsors from Hong Kong, and gold sponsors Meta, Niantic, 8th Wall, and HTC, as well as our silver and bronze sponsors. Give it up to all of these. Finally, give it up to the awesome team that made this event happen. Can't ask for a better team. You're the best in the world. So before I let you go, I have a prediction. I predict that in the next 2 days, each and every one of you will make new connections that will prove vital to your job. You'll learn new things that will shape your thinking. You'll try new demos that will surprise and delight you. And you'll enjoy a fun and empathic environment. You know what? This is not my prediction. This is my guarantee. My personal guarantee to each and every one of you. And if this doesn't come true, I want to hear from you at the end of the event. All right? So thank you all for joining us in Vienna, the birthplace of mobile AR. Now let's find together some awe, or der Zauber. Thank you.
Please welcome your MC, Ebana Eastman Henry.
Thank you so much, Ori, and hello, everybody. Welcome to day one, or another warm welcome to day one of AWE Europe here in beautiful Vienna. It's great to see so many people in the room. Wow, there's loads of you. Hiya. So my name is Ebana Eastman Henry, and I am the Commercial Partnerships Manager based in London at augmented reality platform 8-4, which is part of Niantic. You may have noted us on the back of your badge. Take a look. So I'm delighted to be your track chair this morning. I'm just going to be keeping an eye on timings, welcoming the hosts, the moderators and panelists. As Ori said, there's a wealth of AR and XR goodiness for you to enjoy today. So just making sure I keep an eye on all of that. Before we get started, I just wanted to give you another quick mention to our sponsors. As Ori mentioned, we have our titanium sponsors, which is Hong Kong Digital Entertainment Association and Create HK. And then our gold sponsors, which is Niantic, whoop, whoop, thank you for paying for me to come here, Meta and HTC Vive. So we've got a whole host of great opportunities to listen to new XR news, ask questions. Hope you have been caffeinated and full of energy as we get on with the rest of the day. Yeah? Okay. And speaking of which, I'm delighted, you're going to love this, she's fantastic. The future of mixed reality and workplace connections. And this is going to be from Era Sahni at Meta. Enjoy. Woo!
Hi everyone. Mixed reality is revolutionizing the way we work today, and it's only going to accelerate from here. Good morning. My name is Era Sahni, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. As a channel director at Meta, my job is to help companies adopt new technologies that will help their employees feel more connected, collaborative, and empowered at work. Today, we are going to talk about 3 things. If only this clicker works. There you go. First, why businesses are using mixed reality today. Second, how our ecosystem continues to innovate. And third, what to look out for later this year. Mixed reality is not just looking into the future of work. It's delivering real value today, not just to people at home, but also to businesses. But it's easy to overlook that business use, because it is true to say that to date, it's the gaming consumers that have driven the success and growth in VR. But if you look at the history of technology adoption, right from the use of personal computers to the internet and cell phones, time and time again, we have seen how important businesses have been to scale that technology adoption. Think about it. Most people didn't know what a personal computer was until they saw one in their office. They didn't know how versatile a cell phone could be until they started sending work emails using their BlackBerries. But once we understood the utility of those devices, not only did we use them at work, but we also brought them into our homes. And that same trend is being repeated with mixed reality. So how are businesses using mixed reality today? We see MR driving business outcomes across 4 key areas. The first, learning and development. Companies are simulating real-world scenarios so that people who do dangerous jobs like firefighters, airplane pilots can practice in safe spaces. They're also running soft skills trainings, such as running diversity and inclusion experiences, onboarding new hires, and of course doing customer role-play engagements. Second, creativity and design. Here, think about building information modeling, where a client can inspect a factory's digital twin early on and spot design issues. Third, meetings and collaboration. Here, what we are seeing is that technology is able to transport you into deep, immersive experiences, allowing for better collaboration and more productive meetings, especially when not everyone can be in the same place. This is perfect for client presentations and brainstorming sessions. And finally, the one that we feel strongly about, building community. Mixed reality is actually giving employees a way to discover their co-workers easily and to also have co-working spaces where they can work throughout the day. We are very lucky to be working with hundreds of companies that are already putting some of these solutions to practice. And I'm excited to share the success stories of a few of them with you today. Let me share the MR journey of Pfizer. I'll take you back to late 2020. We are in the middle of a global lockdown. And for Pfizer, it became a run to finding a vaccine that would save millions of lives and help the world return to normal. After the true heroic efforts of their scientists and partners, Pfizer's 2019 vaccine was approved in December 2020. But that was really just the beginning. Once the vaccine was approved, Pfizer had to manufacture billions of doses of that life-saving drug, and they had to do it fast. That meant training hundreds of new operators, but with factory lines operating 24/7 under strict guidelines, training on the floor was off the limits. So what did they do? Well, they actually decided to use MetaQuest in order to start training people in a practical but a less pressured environment. Because they had limited access to the physical space, they created a digital twin of the factory unit in order to create an environment for immersive learning. They translated a 100-page standard operating procedure document into a suite of VR training apps. By doing that, they allowed people to start training and doing those repeated tasks outside of their factory lines so that they could get trained faster and in a more practical setup. They also developed behavioral training to teach best practices, leveraging MetaQuest's haptic and speed tracking features. Let's take a quick look, actually, at their solution in practice.
Pfizer Digital Manufacturing. In this video, you are seeing how we use virtual reality technology to address training challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic. We were able to successfully deploy over 500 MetaQuest 2 devices to train new operators across various sites. We're able to build virtual twins that recreated environments of the plant that can be used for VR and immersive training. In these immersive training environments, we were able to translate and convert 100-page SOP documents into a suite of VR training apps to create more immersive and hands-on learning experiences. This removed boundaries and enabled our operators and staff to have unlimited repetitions in a low-risk environment without disturbing production. We also were able to address behavioral training and teach good manufacturing practices using the MetaQuest haptic speed tracking features.
So why did Pfizer choose MetaQuest? Their decision to partner with us was based on trust and familiarity. MetaQuest devices are the most recognized name in the VR space. We have earned the reputation of delivering high-quality immersive experiences at an affordable cost. And for Pfizer, familiarity was key when it came to spreading this new technology amongst new users. And now let's talk about results. In 2022, Pfizer delivered on its commitment to manufacture 4.5 billion doses of the COVID-19 vaccine worldwide. Training in VR helped make that a possibility. By implementing VR in just one of their production units, they were able to reduce the training time by 40%. That translated to $23,000 in savings for every trainer-trainee pair. Pfizer also delivered a 3D replica of a complex production unit where trainees learned about sterile injectable manufacturing, learning live in front of their trainers. When we asked them about learning this type of content in VR versus traditional methods, 87% voted in favor of VR. And these incredible results were industry recognized. As you can see, Pfizer's Smart Factory won several awards in 2023. Pfizer is a great example of a company that is using MR to transform business results. But we are actually seeing companies also use MR to deliver better experiences for their customers. Let's talk about Lufthansa. What you're seeing here is a mixed reality experience that I had the opportunity to try myself. Here, it lets customers try or get a feel of Lufthansa's new first-class cabin seat without actually needing to sit on a plane. It's like try before you buy, but for an airplane seat. Now, traditionally, what Lufthansa used to do was actually carry these physical seats to exhibitions around the world. You can imagine that isn't particularly fun logistically. But with mixed reality, they were able to get over 10,000 customers through this experience in just 6 months and saved around 90% in costs. It's so great to be able to share all these stories with you. We are proud that MetaQuest is fueling this kind of success. But we know that hardware is just part of the story. It's the experiences that you have when you're using these devices that really brings that magic to life. And so without the people who create these experiences, i.e. our technology partners and ISVs, we know we'd really only be selling a beautiful piece of glass and plastic. So let's talk about how our ecosystem of partners continues to innovate to drive business-critical solutions. Over the last 18 months, a large part of our focus has been developing partnerships to bring a lot of VR experiences into our MetaQuest App Store and to integrate them directly into our products. In fact, we have over 900 independent software vendors that are building work content today, which means that there are a wide variety of applications already available that map to the 4 use cases that I just talked about. Building out this community and making sure that this catalog continues to grow is a big priority for us. And so we've put together a short sizzle reel to actually celebrate some of the launches that we've announced this year and to give you a sneak peek of what's coming in the future. lot that we covered in that video. So let me pause and double click on some of the huge names that we've been working with to bring all of them into our Quest devices. What you saw in there was Adobe's 3D modeler app that lets creative people sculpt in VR. You also saw the ability to join a Zoom meeting in Meta's Horizon Workrooms. And then, of course, there was Microsoft Mesh that will take the training and onboarding use cases to a whole new level. But that's not it. We're actually working on a whole new variety of experiences that we'll be bringing to you soon, including Windows 365, joining Microsoft Teams in Horizon Workrooms, and of course, the Mural whiteboarding app that you saw. Well, for all the progress that we've just showcased, we know it doesn't count for much if we don't have the infrastructure in place that allows businesses to make that leap into mixed reality with confidence. And so that's why last year we announced Meta Quest for Business, our solution that makes these devices work ready. It has been an open beta, and over the last 12 months, we've actually worked with lots of customers and understood that there are 3 big things that they are looking for. First, they're looking for a simple way to deploy Quest devices securely and at scale. Second, IT admins want more flexibility over the end user experience. And then finally, customers actually want to use shared device mode because they are seeing training as an immediate use case in VR. Here's the good news. We've actually incorporated all of these lessons and evolved our product. And I'm excited to say that Meta Quest for Business, our paid subscription for all businesses, will be available later this year. Let's do a quick recap of exactly what that product will include. First, it will have identity and access management so that you can ensure you can securely manage access to your devices. Next, it will have first and third-party device management so that you can configure headsets in our admin console or via our trusted partners like Microsoft Intune or VMware Workspace ONE. Next, app management controls, so you can deploy the right applications to the right people. And then, of course, customer support, so that you know where to get help when you need it. And above all, shared mode, because we know that you want to be able to use your Meta Quest devices across multiple people. Now, Quest for Business is joining a wider portfolio of products that will power the evolution of work. But that's not the only product that we've been working on. Earlier this month, Mark Zuckerberg announced Meta Quest 3. In fact, you saw Ori talk about it. It's our latest hardware line that actually has powerful specs, advanced ergonomics, and the power of MR at an affordable price. We also showed you how our technology partners and our independent software vendors are expanding the value of our platform with work apps that are ready to be utilized immediately. And we are also partnering with system integrators, the likes of PwC, Accenture, and Deloitte, that can help companies make that start into their MR journey. It has never been easier to make that leap into mixed reality, no matter what business outcomes you're trying to achieve. And it's only going to get better from here. I know we covered a lot, so I'm going to do a quick summary before I go. First, mixed reality is revolutionizing the way we work today. Businesses are using mixed reality to be more efficient, more connected and collaborative, and driving business outcomes. Meta's ecosystem is fueling that momentum and delivering innovative integrations with the likes of Adobe and Microsoft. And finally, we are expanding our product portfolio for work with 2 big launches that I talked about, Quest for Business and Meta Quest 3, that will help companies embrace the power of mixed reality. I honestly believe it has never been a more exciting time to work on this technology. We have the opportunity to build something completely new, to pioneer new experiences, and to reshape the way people work. I hope you share that optimism with me. And if you're excited to learn more, then please do come say hi to me or to one of our MetaMates at our booth at the expo later today. Thank you so much for listening. We look forward to partnering with you to transform your business.